Hey everyone, and welcome to Nick's Flicks. Today I will be doing a review of X2 X-Men United, the second X-Men film directed by Bryan starring Hugh Jackman, Halle, James Marsden, and Famke Jansen. To start things off, a quick rundown of the story. Continuing on from the events of the first film, Magneto is still in incarceration, and his help is sought out by the X-Men as a new human threat emerges. That's about as vague as I want to keep it for those who haven't seen it. But moving on to the actual review and my verdict. X2 is right up there with X-Men First Class for me as my favorite X-Men film. And I think one of the reasons why is it builds upon some of these themes that were established in the first film but not really fleshed out. This kind of feeling of socio-political isolation that a lot of mutants feel, and how they're often segregated or looked down upon. It builds on those themes, as well as having nearly really strong performances from everyone. As with the first one, this is very much a Wolverine-centric movie, as we get a lot of Jackman in the role, and you could definitely see him kind of growing into the Wolverine that we know and love today. The kind of richly complex, tortured, very angry Wolverine. That's not something that really changes. In addition to that, we get some pretty great performances from, obviously, Ian McKellan as Magneto, Patrick Stewart as Professor X, and most of the supporting cast: James Marsden as Cyclops, and Famke Jansen as Jean Grey. However, it definitely doesn't go unnoticed that it's something that, I guess, kind of partially evident in the first X-Men film, but it's really noticeable in this film how completely and utterly miscast Halle Berry is. It's kind of sad and puzzling in a way, considering she's an Academy Award-winning actress, and she manages to so utterly botch a lot of the material she gets. But she plays such a small role in this film that it doesn't really detract from the very great reputation that it has amongst fans. But yeah, I mean, that being said, it's often considered one of the best superhero movies out there, often held in the same regard as The Dark Knight and Spider-Man 2, Avengers. And it certainly deserves a reputation. It's rich, complex, full of great performances. Some really solid action too. It's not necessarily full of action sequences, but the action sequences we get are really solid and come out of the story. They're not just there for action. But yeah, comes highly recommended. Easily one of the best films in the franchise. But yeah, you want more? Hit like, subscribe. Really appreciate the support. Thanks.